Which colour scheme are you attracted to most?
Probably Rock Sound, because I like how it's all black with like the bold blue and the different highlights of blue.
Yeah, I like that too. I like the pink one as well. That's kind of similar with the kind of mundane black and white kind of background with the pink being like the accent colour. I like that.
I think the main reason why those two are the most attractive is because of the bright colours used. It's like you've got the teal.
What are your opinions on the mise-en-scène in terms of costume and makeup in the images used?
Well, it all depends on like the genre of it. 'Cause you've got classic rock, where the feature artist is Black Sabbath, and they're like quite an old band. So they're quite old-fashioned, dark colours. It's quite dark rock as well. Compared to the other modern stuff, it's much more. The modern stuff is much more relaxed, like t-shirts and things like that.
I agree. I think the actors and the hairstyles are like appropriate as well.
I quite like that it's got like the hair.
No, I like that too.
How it fades in.
That's
so like
that's
his
actually
tattoos.
You can
And
see
his,
like
cheekbones.
on the Rock Sound one as well, because it's quite dark. Like his neck's very dark, so it just looks like a bright floating head with a halo on top, and then just a body.
So do you like Rock Sound best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Mojo.
Which typography do you prefer for the masthead?
What part
Probably
types?
classic rock.
Oh, for those.
Do you think?
I like Mojo a lot because it's bold fonts that it stands out a lot. I mean,
I
classic
like the text.
I like Rock Sound. So
Classic
both
rock
of you are
is
wrong.
the classic rock is a very like unique serif font. You can easily identify it.
Exactly, it's good.
But still, just for like the commerciality and the bold letters, I prefer Mojo a lot. But Rock Sound's good as well because of the blue logo, and you don't see that a lot.
Do you prefer it in front of or behind of the image?
I like it behind because it kind of integrates itself better.
Yeah, if they'd Rock Sound and put that behind, it would have looked better, but then you thought it said Mayo.
No, I thought it was Mojo.
Exactly, so you don't know what it
I like
says.
I think with Rock Sound as well, it should be behind because you've got the halo there as well,
and you
that's
would
in
know
the
that says
background.
Rock Sound.
Yeah, but if you put it behind, you've got the halo up front, which is part of the image. So I think it would look better if it was behind.
Do you think the use of free items being advertised on the front cover is effective?
I'm not exactly sure what a free psych CD is. Yeah, that doesn't really interest me much.
Psychedelic rock. This is genre, so
Fantastic.
So not effective.
No, not really.
it depends what they're advertising.
Yeah.
Because if there's like a really major band on there, say on Mojo, one time you get Catfish and the Bottlemen with like their free demo CD.
That'd probably be popular.
Like the fans of them would be really interested to buying that because it's commercialised and unique merchandise.
Do you prefer the magazines with more or less cover lines?
Less.
So like like the one with Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Think that's a little bit too much.
I think it all depends on the main image.
Because is that David Gilmour or Pink Floyd
Pink Floyd just there.
or Billy Bragg? It's like,
Could
who
have
is
been
that?
So you think they should relate to the image on the
Yeah,
front
like
cover?
that. It's clearly the one from Bring Me the Horizon.
It's really easy to identify on classic
That could be
rock that it's
David
Black
Gilmour.
Sabbath because that's the only feature on it that's like
It's
large
from Pink Floyd.
compared to like Plus, which is just like really small.
But do you not think that one's a little bit plain?
It is very plain, but just for the easily identifiable main image and main cover story, it's much better.
I think the classic rock as well. Like it looks better because you're not going to go for classic rock. You're not going to see like pink and blue like the others. I don't think that's like the demographic you're going for.
I think the readers of it understand that the colours of it as well will always relate to the band because you've got Black Sabbath and
Okay. Do you think the mode of address is appropriate and captivating for the audience?
yes, it's very much direct, so it entices you in.
So straight to the point.
Yeah.
If the points weren't straight to the point and had like a bit of an explanation, you wouldn't be as like intrigued.
No.
I find that if there's like a lot of stuff on there, it just gets messy.
Okay.
I don't think magazines want to go for a messy look if they're trying to sell a lot of their copies.
Do you think that the strap lines add anything extra to the front cover?
Wait, what's the strapline again?
Yeah, I was thinking
I
that.
think it's the skyline, but it's the strap line because
Yeah.
it's not the skyline. It is
Oh,
the strap.
yeah.
No, it's in the strap line, the little bit that goes underneath.
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
doodah.
thinking.
Yeah, right.
That one is that classic rock is like completely tiny. I don't think that's very good compared to like the huge like classic rock title.
Yeah, that's a bit too much of a comparison.
I find that like the strap line's always describing what the magazine's about, so like what sort of genre it is, but I don't think that's really key in it because for classic rock you already know what it's going to be about. Because
Would
it's classic rock.
Would that be counted as a strap line because it's across the top and it's still
Music
like,
Yeah,
magazine.
probably.
do you think it's to be
Number
like,
one music magazine, that's a strap line. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like a little bit extra about the magazine.
Yeah.
Okay. Which contents page stands out most for you and why?
Kerrang!
I'd say Krang as well.
Why?
Because I like the fact how it's got all the stories, and then the main ones are on the other side of the page, and you've got different pictures, and like they're numbered and stuff. I like it.
I like the photo at the top of it. It seems to look what could be like a mosh pit or something at a concert. I quite like that because you don't usually see it in many magazines. It's quite unique to that magazine.
I like this one because it's cluttered and I don't mind a bit of cluttering. But if the target audience was to like something more ordered, this is ordered, so it's got the square formatted pictures, as does this one, and the features like very set out. Whereas this one is more condensed in the way it's set out.
So you find the geometric layout more appealing?
Yeah.
I think if you want to go for very rocky with the whole mosh pit and stuff, the clutter looks better because it goes with it more.
Okay. Do you prefer the simple sans serif fonts or the more unique and stylized?
Sans serif, yeah.
Sans serif, yeah, without the colours.
I prefer it to be less formal in such magazine as Kerrang, as it covers a lot of different genres of music, including like grunge, which isn't very formal. It isn't like, say if it's a magazine about like classical music, you want it to be serif font because it's much more formal and it's much more, it's much more niche market.
Are the lengths of the descriptions appropriate?
I like the description of the features in classic rock a
So
lot.
the shorter ones?
Yeah,
When king size, most of the features don't even have description.
it just says what there is.
Do you think there should be a description?
Needs
Just a little short bit, like no like heavy reading, but just a little.
You want to know what you're reading about, wouldn't you? Rather than just it says Pink Floyd.
Well, then you know you're reading about Pink Floyd.
Yeah, but you don't know what aspect of them you're reading about. You don't know if you're reading about like a concert or anything like that, or a new album. It just says Pink Floyd, which isn't a
We
very.
don't know what they had for dinner last night, are they?
I quite like king size because it's like the main story is like the cover story. Like the cover story,
Yeah.
there's a description about it, so that you buy it because of the cover story. So like that.
Which contents page stands out most for you and why?
Kerrang!
I'd say Krang as well.
Why?
Because I like the fact how it's got all the stories, and then the main ones are on the other side of the page, and you've got different pictures, and like they're numbered and stuff. I like it.
I like the photo at the top of it. It seems to look what could be like a mosh pit or something at a concert. I quite like that because you don't usually see it in many magazines. It's quite unique to that magazine. It's unique to the magazines. You don't see it in many other magazines.
Charlie, what about you?
What about me? I like this one because it's cluttered and I don't mind a bit of cluttering. But if the target audience was to like something more ordered, this is ordered, so it's got the square formatted pictures, as does this one, and the features like very set out. Whereas this one is more condensed in the way it's set out. So
you find the geometric layout more appealing?
yeah.
I think if you want to go for very rocky with the whole mosh pit and stuff, the clutter looks better because it goes with it more.
Okay. Do you prefer the simple sans serif fonts or the more unique and stylized?
Sans serif, yeah.
Sans serif, yeah, without the colours.
I prefer it to be less formal in such magazine as Kerrang, as it covers a lot of different genres of music, including like grunge, which isn't very formal. It isn't like, say if it's a magazine about like classical music, you want it to be serif font because it's much more formal and it's much more, you know, it's much more niche market.
Are the lengths of the descriptions appropriate?
I like the description of the features in classic rock a
So
lot.
the shorter ones.
Yeah,
When king size, most of the features don't even have description.
it just says what there is.
Do you think there should be a description?
Needs
It's
to
just
be-
a little short bit, like no like heavy reading, but just a little.
You want to know what you're reading about, wouldn't you? Rather than just it says Pink Floyd.
Well, then you know you're reading about Pink Floyd. wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
but you don't know what aspect of them you're reading about. You don't know if you're reading about like a concert or anything like that, or a new album. It just says Pink Floyd, which isn't a
We
very.
don't know about what they had for dinner last night, are they?
I quite like king size because it's little. It's like the main story, like the cover story. Like the cover story.
Yeah.
There's a description about it, so that you buy it because of the cover story. So like that.
And finally, do you like the fact that there are loads of pictures?
Yeah, definitely.
So you want it to be quite busy?
hmm
Okay.
Busy's good.
What image do you prefer in terms of mise en scène?
I like this one that says My Dinosaur Life. It's quite unique. You don't really see that very often.
Did you know that Roar is dinosaur friendly?
The vaccines one's nice.
Why? What about it do you
It's
like?
much more simplistic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very like band camera shot. It's very like with the guitars and everything. These just look creepy. Don't really see like
Yeah, but that's the genre.
I don't see the appeal with the dinosaur
That looks kind of juvenile, actually.
in with the rock.
It
So
looks
the
like a
vaccines.
5-year-old's
Okay.
magazine.
The one about the vaccines is very classic for a magazine because you've got the main image on it to start off, and then you just have a short introduction to it. which is
What
very
colour and style do you prefer for the background? So like black or white or
white.
Yeah, I think white looks better with the faded picture in
So
this
the
one.
one with the
So the
vaccine.
That looks like a fake
Yeah.
to me.
Okay. Do you think the article length is appropriate, or do you think it should be longer or shorter?
I find it quite short, especially the My Dinosaur Life. That's
So you'd
just
like them
really
to be a
short.
bit longer?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
I
not.
think this is a good length.
The
The
Yeah.
vaccines.
You're not reading a magazine to look at the photos. You're reading a magazine to read about artists and new
It's not
stuff.
true.
So you prefer it longer?
Yeah,
Okay.
I personally.
But
would.
you're in disagreement, you prefer photos?
Yeah.
Do you find the language used for the title of the article intriguing?
Well, like the vaccines title of the article is just the vaccines.
Yeah, but
Very
would you
simplistic.
expect something other than just the band it's about? Like My Dinosaur Life?
Yeah, sort of.
I think the kind of little heading, I'm not a total dickbag trying to take your money, I believe in music as a religion. That's kind of interesting because that, you don't expect that in a magazine, like some kind of that direct kind of
Okay.
response.
Do you think the use of the drop cap is necessary, and do you like it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it.
The drop cap's the bigger.
Oh,
letter,
that.
yeah.
Oh, you don't see it often, and it's quite unique.
They literally all have them.
So you
Yeah.
think it'd be good?
They
Yeah.
literally
It's,
all
it's
It's
not
a
quite. It's
convention
not
of
unique.
rock.
It's just so like breaks it up a bit more.
They
Okay.
all
Done.
have them. Yes, they do.
They all have them.
Yeah, really rare then.
What are your opinions on the size and style of the typography?
That's tiny.
Yeah.
I don't like that one.
But
Especially-
what about the title?
This is really
I-
like intriguing.
That's my favourite title.
Yeah.
That fits with it. I guess they all fit. Like the title still
The
fits
thing
with
is,
the picture.
with this one, I get it's like a dark band and they're all very black, but I sometimes find reading like white on black quite hard,
Yeah.
rather than just like normal black on
Contrast.
white.
Okay. Do you think the size of the images are necessary, and do you like the sizing? It's like the big images, do you like it?
Yeah.
Yes. Apart from this Antichrist Superstars one.